So this is going to be an angry nerd pop culture rant, to be honest, because I feel like I've just been doing nothing but political rants lately. And I have angry opinions about other things as well. So I'm going to be talking about the new Star Trek series, Star Trek Discovery. It is going to be debuting this fall, starring Sonequa Martin Green. That part I am so psyched about, because I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead, and I really loved her in the role of Sasha. I thought she did a fantastic job. I loved her character, and her character was actually created for the show when she auditioned for Michonne and didn't get the part. But they liked her so much that they actually wrote in a character for her, and they ended up borrowing bits from another character in the comics, and I thought it was an amazing addition to the show, and so I'm really psyched to see her in this series. However, I am also pretty hesitant and a little bit nervous in terms of what it's going to look like, because the show is another prequel. And the Star Trek prequels that I've had experience with so far have not thrilled me. I didn't really love Star Trek Enterprise. I didn't love the new movies. The first one was okay, but then the second one was pretty bad, even though I really like Benedict Cumberbatch. And the third one I didn't even go and see because I just wasn't excited about it. And it bums me out, because Star Trek is one of those series that is just like, it's my baby. It's so close to my heart, because it used to be a thing that I would watch pretty much every night with my dad and with my family. And so to me it's a really important show, and I care about it a lot. And so I'm really nervous about this opportunity that they have to reboot it, because it's either going to be amazing or it's just going to be an absolute disaster. I feel like the problem with the movies trying to be prequels is that with the high budget and with the way that they're kind of, with the way the production, like the tone of the production, I guess, I feel like it was really anachronistic, because it's, they're trying to say it's a prequel to a series based in the 60s, right? So obviously the special effects are better, the aliens are better, the technology's all much, much better. And the problem is that doesn't work as a prequel, because it takes away some of that suspension of disbelief if you're a fan of the show, because you end up nitpicking. And for new fans, I don't think it draws them in, because it doesn't have the same appeal as the show does in the same way. So I don't think that it's likely to make someone, for example, who hasn't seen the original series, slog through it, because it kind of gives you sort of the wrong impression about like what that series was all about, because that was focused so much more on like exploration and really making it interesting, that it wasn't a dumb action movie. And I feel like the new Star Trek movies have all been kind of like smart-ish, but they're still kind of dumb action movies, And I don't know, I'm not thrilled that they're doing another prequel. The future is boundless, and the technology progression in the later series is pretty significant. And the problem is, when you make a series like this that's, based on a series about experimentation and exploration and pioneering, and it honestly pioneered a lot of progressive ideas as well, when you put it in a box like that by making it a prequel, you take away a certain amount of freedom that the writers have to be creative, in terms of, things like plot devices or technology or new ideas they might want to explore. And I think that in a lot of ways it kind of forces you to trap your show a little bit more in the past. And I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity, that they set it up this way rather than really going for it and committing to the series and doing something new. Because I think rather than, just expanding on some, extended universe bit about the crew of the Discovery, I think it would be way more interesting to do a new series with a new concept, you know, maybe further in the future, maybe let's say 100 years after Deep Space Nine. That would be really interesting to see where the Federation is with that much time eclipsed, especially because a lot of the actors who were in the original series and the Next Generation are now, you know, kind of starting to die off. So, you know, there's also less fodder for cameos anyway, so just you know, make it a new thing. Do something interesting. You know, boldly go, please. Because I don't know, I just feel like in this current climate where a lot of things on TV are just fucking incredible and a lot of things are just so painfully mediocre and tired, I feel like it's a real missed opportunity for Star Trek to go for mediocre and tired instead of doing something new. It's kind of like how, honestly, it feels like in a lot of ways, The Force Awakens was a really, really disappointing movie because it was really just, you know, discount A New Hope, right? And the new things it added were interesting enough that I feel like they wasted a lot of good ideas. And the old stuff was just rehashed. And I'm tired of seeing the same things rehashed. You know, every company is doing it now. Every TV show is a retread of something. Every TV show is related to something else. And I just want to see, you know, new and innovative ideas. And I don't know if this is the direction that Star Trek should go. Obviously, it's the direction they are going to go, and I'm really interested to see how it turns out. I mean, I have an open mind about the series. I'm trying not to judge it prematurely because obviously I know we all know very little about it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty skeptical. I'm pretty skeptical. So I'll probably watch it, and I'll probably post an angry, nitpicky rant once I do. So that's everything I will allow myself to say on this subject. Auf Wiedersehen, bitches.